For today's Deep Pocket episode, I would like to introduce to you a content creator, an investor, and a student at the same time. Through her YouTube videos, which talks about personal finance, investing, and self-development, she has inspired the Bread Fam in becoming a better versions of themselves. She is none other than Nicole Alba. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Hi, Ampy. Hi to everyone watching. Thanks for having me here.
Yes, I am also glad that you're here with us today. And for our first question, I would like to ask, what made you interested in investing?
Okay. So I talk about this a lot on my channel. I made a few videos about it. So syempre, a lot of people who are into investing tend to be older and they tend to be guys. So people our age don't usually think about these things. But for me, personally, I got interested because sa high school, diba, leading up to graduation, I felt the pressure. Na, oh my God, magka-graduate na ako. I'm gonna start adulting. What are the things I'm supposed to do so that I can become an A-star adult? Like, kaya ko to. And along with that, I was also kinakabahan ako because I didn't know what course I wanted to do. I didn't know what to do after high school. So all of those things mixing, a lot of pressure. But then something I understood na, you know what? Kasi diba often we joke around, diba, when there are friends na, what do you want to do when you grow up? I just want to be rich, ganon. So I understood na if I didn't know what I wanted to do, I could at least start making sure that I won't be as pressured when it's time for me to do actual adulting. And a lot of pressure comes from money. So sabi ko, you know what? I'm gonna start managing my money, learning about these things. So sa pag-search ko sa internet, syempre there are lots of content and resources telling people na investing, stock market, those things, and I just dived into that rabbit hole.
Oh, I see. So, what do you describe yourself? Are you a scalper, or are you like a long-term investor, or what do you call yourself as an investor?
So definitely, I don't do any trading. I know Investagrams, it's really puro traders, diba? You guys learn how to, the platform itself. But ako personally, I know na from experience that trading is not for me. Hindi ko kaya pag nakikita ko yung mga up, down. And I'm very emotional. So I'd say that I'm more of a long-term investor. A lot of the personal finance things that I'm doing, investing, those kinds of things, it's more of passive and but yeah, I don't think too much about it. I don't watch the markets day to day. I don't do those things that I find really stressful. Yeah.
Actually, ikaw nga yung nag-open sa akin sa crypto. Like, you have a crypto video, tapos sabi mo, don't dive into it kasi it's a roller coaster, ganyan. But, syempre na nag-start ka, syempre na-feel mo naman yung volatility. So, how did you manage your emotions? Did you just trust the crypto, that the thing you're investing na tataas naman siya? Or like, nung kasama ka rin ba sa mga nag-panic sell, ganon? But, yun.
So ako going into crypto, it was more of just an interest na learning about this new asset. Parang like, wow, it's a new thing. Well, it's not exactly new kasi 2009 pa to, diba? And then with the hype, tapos bigla bumaba. But I guess I got into crypto last year. I don't know. I think it was just like people were starting to talk about it more because Bitcoin halving, those kinds of things. Mm-hmm. So when I started looking into it, I realized this isn't just some sort of like hype investment that what it was in 2017. Alam ko people were like, oh, Bitcoin, but I never really looked into it until last year. And when I did start looking into it, I just like learned more about it. I didn't really go into it na, yes, maglalagay ako ng pera dito para I'll be rich in the future. Not so much. It's more of like curiosity. Try ko to. And, nothing else gets you more committed is unless you have your actual money into it. Kasi pag wala namang pera dun, parang how will I be committed to learn about it? But at least, lagay ako ng konti dyan. And it encourages me to learn more about it.
Well, I mean, as a person na nasa crypto world, tapos naramdaman ko yung volatility, tapos beginner pa ka doon, hindi parang nakakaba. Tapos right. parang for you, it was like, parang if I was like as calm as you, siguro mas marami pa ako na-earn.
I'm not gonna say na I'm calm. Siyempre, pag tinitingnan mo talaga yung presyo, kinakabahan ka eh.
So, hindi ka tumitingin?
No, like minsan, I get notifications lang like up 5% or 10%. But I don't do anything, syempre. I've internalized that na, yes, this is going to be roller coaster, but understand ko, if I put money in crypto, it's just really gonna be for the long term. Mag-accumulate na ako what I can. And if ever bumaba siya talaga, nawala yung pera ko, that's okay for me also. Hopefully not, but I've already acknowledged that there's a certain level of risk talaga.
So what is that one investment na you dedicate your time?
So for most of my investments, syempre, I've been doing this for a couple of years now. When I turned 2018, I started learning about these things. Basta ako, try lang ako. Okay, what's this? Stocks? Try. Ito, mutual funds? Try. And syempre, like, when you're starting to invest kasi, and when you're starting to learn about personal finance, usually what you see are people saying, yeah, you go trading, you buy and sell, buy low, sell high, those kinds of things. And gano'n naman talaga yung, I guess, initial thoughts about investing kasi nakikita mo sa mga movies, Wall Street, yung mga ganon. Pero there's an actual side to investing where you don't have to buy low, buy sell every single time. There's actually a lot of people just like buy, like the rich people, diba? They just buy mutual funds, buy ganito. And ako, that's mostly what I've been doing. Even though at the start, I got started to investing. I remember because nag-aaral ako, like reading things. Baka sa Investa, I was also some things din eh. Mga blue chip stocks. I'm like, okay, I will buy Jollibee. Kasi yung what everyone knows what Jollibee is. So I bought Jollibee. But I remember when I was buying that, nasa stress ako kasi I'm like, I put this price, kunwari, 99 pesos. Tapos bigla umakyat siya ng 101. Ay, hindi ko na mabili. Balik ko ulit. Or ganun, tapos change the price. I don't know. Stressful lang talaga. But for me, right now, I've automated my investments. So may mga easy investment programs ako, just peso cost averaging, mostly mga index funds. And yeah, I don't look too much about my investments anymore. Syempre, because I'm doing other things na rin. With the YouTube, with studying, I don't have time to, yeah.
What broker do you recommend for stocks?
With brokers, the only thing you need to look at talaga is whether or not they're licensed talaga by the SEC. That's the only thing that you should really think about. Some brokers are better than others, but it depends on what the purpose you're going to use it for. Remember, if you're going into trading, you really need to have a broker that doesn't go on maintenance, that doesn't go, those considerations. But for general purposes, if you're just going to invest and then hold it for a long time, I don't think there's one best broker for that. Depende kung ano yung accessible sa'yo. Ako, I use Call, but right now they don't. They're not accepting any new applicants. But people can also check First Metrosec. Maganda rin daw yun. Yeah. I think you can just do your research if ever you're gonna look for a broker, and then there's a lot of options to choose from naman.
Okay. So for my next question, what motivated you to start talking about personal finance, and why is it something worth talking about?
So I guess it ties into the question then also na why did I start a YouTube channel in the first place? I remember in high school, I made a bucket list upon graduation of the things I want to do once I graduate. And one of the things there was start a YouTube channel. That was like 2018. For the longest time, I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel kasi ganun naman talaga. You watch people, you get inspired, and then you're like, I want to do something like that also. And I'm also someone who has always liked making small videos here and there, mag-edit, sa mga project, those kinds of things. But eventually, ito sa YouTube, syempre lahat naman tayo, when quarantine, diba, pandemic started, all of us were just stuck at home. We didn't have a lot of things to do. And ako, over na ako, like, quarantine was like started in March, diba? April. And for those 2 months, wala talaga akong ginawa, kundi mag-Animal Crossing, wala lang, higa lang, manood ng Netflix. Tapos I got so frustrated, parang ano bang gagawin ko? There's a lot of things I want to achieve, but me just doing nothing about it. I got really frustrated with myself. And sabi ko, you know what? Simulan ko nga yung YouTube channel. Let's start making videos, or at least I'm doing something with my time. And why I started to talk about personal finance was, syempre, like if you're gonna make videos, you have to make something that make it about a topic that you're interested in. And personal finance is something that I like talking about because I was also learning it. And yung mga friends ko, they were getting bored with me na. Like if I talk about investments or sa mga siblings ko, they're like, eh. So instead of me just talking to my friends about it, I just decided, you know what, I'll make videos about it and we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's how it went.
What was your motivation in continuing? Siyempre, starting is the hardest part. Pero yung pag-continue, tapos pag-iisip ulit ng videos, what makes you motivated to show up? Ganun.
So, syempre, I knew anything naman na you want to do. Hindi lang naman like first effort mo or first video, boom mo na kaagad. I acknowledge that if ever I want to make progress at this certain thing, I need to make consistent effort. I didn't know kung lalaki man yung channel ko or what, but syempre, I wanted to give a shot at it. No, I wanted to see ano ba yung kaya kong gawin. It was more for personal reasons, proving to myself na kaya ko pala gawin to. So what I did, I posted one video. Na may thrill yan eh. I posted my first ever video na I'm starting a YouTube channel. Tapos nag-film ka agad ako yung sunod. And I posted that. And then after that video, I told myself, you know what? Let's try. I'm gonna make one video every single week for the entire 2020 and see what happens with that. So ganun na, in my mind, the only thing in my mind was like, okay, make a video this week and then the next week. Doon ako nakafocus. And that's not so much motivation. You can't really rely on motivation because there's sometimes na hindi mo naman feel na gawin, but still, you have to put in the work in order for you to make progress with anything.
Okay, so I would like to ask, how are you coping up with school, with investing, and creating content? So what keeps you engaged in these activities and not be affected by the news, and burnout, and etc.?
Burnout's a really hard thing to deal with, and especially me, I always seem to put myself in positions where I easily get burnt out. For me, I guess it's definitely hard to juggle all of this because besides YouTube, I'm also a student and I'm also interning, and it's really hard to juggle at the same time. For me, yun nga, like I said, it's not really one motivational thing na only when I feel motivated I'm gonna do this. It's really just like understanding, being honest with myself. Kaya ko pa ba gawin to? Ano ba yung gusto kong gawin? Syempre for YouTube, it has grown to a point na I'm making money from it. And that's a good motivating factor. Syempre, like I'm earning from my videos and I'm not really selling anything to anyone. I'm just making what I like to do, making videos. And yeah, it's a good income. That's one of the motivating factors. But then the other is just like also the community that I've built. You mentioned Bread Fam. And yeah, I have a Discord server where I talk to my viewers sometimes. And it's really fun. Syempre, it's not in my head na I'm gonna change the world with my videos. But yeah, it's nice to be able to connect with the people who watch my videos. Kasi it doesn't seem real. Pag gumagawa ako ng videos, nandito na ako sa kwarto, I'm by myself, tapos mag-edit, tapos I post it, tapos yung pala it reaches so many people. Those are nice perks about, I guess, making videos on YouTube. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I just growing into that identity na this is what I am now. These are the things I have going for me, and I'm just gonna make my best effort in all of those. I'm not gonna say it's easy. Syempre ako, especially now, mas konti na yung pag-post ko eh. It's not like last year na every week may video talaga. That was so tiring. I'm not gonna do that this year. But yeah.
So I heard from your vlogs or sa Instagram that you're studying political science, you're studying charts, then you're studying how to be a better content creator. So how do you stay focused and creative?
I think one factor, I'm not studying charts, I'm not a trader, but I am, syempre, definitely need to learn about this content creator industry. A lot of people don't see, like, there's a lot that goes into running a YouTube channel. Other people seem to think na gawa ka ng video post and that's it. But no, there's so many things that comes with it. The business side of things, content creation, research, those things. Definitely hard. But also, staying motivated. It's so hard, no? But for me, I'm not gonna lie na sometimes there are definitely na ayoko na, ang nakakapagod. Especially last week na sobrang stress ako doon eh. With all of my schoolwork na parang it's hard. I don't know. I don't know what to say. But just me liking the things that I'm doing helps me keep putting in my work. Kasi kung hindi mo naman gusto yung ginagawa mo, it's a lot harder to put your effort in it eh. School, sometimes I don't like it, but syempre I have to do it. You gotta do it for the diploma. But itong YouTube, a lot of other things. I like making videos at the end of the day. So I'm gonna continue doing that. Maybe not as much, but yeah, I'm still gonna continue doing that. And for my internship right now, I'm learning a lot of things. And I see it useful. That's why I'm gonna continue. Ako with anything that I'm doing, if I see the value in doing it, then I'm gonna continue doing it. If I don't see the value, then I'm gonna drop it. I don't spend time. I don't put any of my time as much as possible in the things that I find useless or parang I don't see why it's important and why I should allot my time to that. Kasi important yung time. Our time is valuable. So really choosing what you want to spend your time on.
What makes you think or what makes you so sure na this is the industry you want to work for? Sabi mo nga kanina, you had trouble on like deciding a career, diba? So, diba, you're studying political science, something very far from what your content is. So, how do you see yourself in the future? Are you so sure that YouTube will be your business, or you're gonna pursue like a career related to political science, or what is your what do you view your future right now?
It's hard, no? I've been thinking about that more also because I'm third year, so definitely thinking about what job do I want to do, what do I want to do after college. So parang I'm in the same place as like graduation sa high school. Right now, the way I see YouTube, definitely it has grown to a scale na this can be a big thing. This could potentially be my full-time thing. But I'm seeing na parang I don't think YouTube is going to be my end goal. I'm not gonna be like a content creator and that's it. Definitely I'm gonna continue pursuing YouTube on the side. But as for what I'm gonna do, I'm thinking that I might be employed for I don't know. Right now in my internship, what I'm doing right now, I find it so fun. Like this could be something that I want to do in the future when I graduate, at least just learning a lot as much as I can from being employed. But and even in my videos, I don't want to be employed for the rest of my life. I want to do my own thing. So I guess to answer your question, YouTube is not like I'm not sure now YouTube is going to be my thing forever and always. I'm like game na influencer or whatever. I don't even like that word. I don't see myself as a influencer. I just make videos on YouTube. Parang I'm been making videos for less than a year. So parang I still have time to explore that. But yun nga, as of now, the current state of things, probably gonna keep doing YouTube in the future. I'm not so sure if the content's gonna be the same or what's gonna change. But besides that, I know that I'm not just gonna be doing YouTube by itself. There's so many things that I could potentially explore.
I can see that you're a person who is a lifelong learner, ganon. And what lesson would you impart to people that is related to what you're doing? Kasi like ngayon, super tawag dito? We are uncertain of our future, like lalo na tayo mga college students, parang yung normal na dapat na experience natin yung mga things hindi na natin na gagawa. So what will you tell your fellow college students who is struggling with their identity or their likes, yung mga dati nilang gusto hindi na nila gusto ngayon gawin? Parang what is one thing that you would tell them na that will boost their self-esteem or moral, ganun?
I think never aalis yung that crisis of ano ba talaga, identity crisis, ano ba talaga ang gusto ko, especially in our age, yun nga. But even for people who are older, I'm not sure who are watching this video right now, but general blanket advice, I really believe that we have control over the things that we want in life. Maybe not absolute control. Simply, there's so many factors. Sometimes it's your family. Sometimes there's so many circumstances that don't allow you to do what you want to do. And it's not just like pursue your passion and that's it. I think that's very dangerous advice. No, it's not realistic. Parang ganun, there's so many things to consider. But I always want to adapt this position na always being a lifelong learner, just looking at things, different like opportunities also. What can I learn from this? Kahit man bad experience, good experience. In my, I'm taking a pol sci, but now I don't think I'm gonna pursue a career in pol sci. But looking at it with an attitude now, what can I learn from this? Syempre, it's not a pleasant experience or it's a very challenging experience. But really learning what I can, wherever I can, from whoever I can. Di lang naman in one place ka, you're gonna learn things. Ganun. It's hard to answer. Kasi ano ba naman alam ko? I'm also a college student. I haven't gone through life yet. Baka people who are watching who seem to be older be like, ano ba alam mo? You think you know everything. But I don't, and I admit that. I'm still young and there's so many things to explore. But I think it's helpful, for me personally, to have this attitude, this optimistic attitude na, yeah, there's a lot of things that there's out there in the world and I have control. I guess a limited amount of control over myself and over my mindset and over my everything that could potentially help me go through life. Ang cheesy sabihin pero ganun. But realistically speaking, for you to be able to do these things in the first place, syempre, there's money involved, finances. They're always limiting factors. For some people, they don't have the opportunity or the freedom to pursue the things they want. Kasi nga, kailangan bayaran ng mga bills or kailangan magbigay sa parents, mga ganun. Syempre, I acknowledge I'm definitely in a privileged position to be able to be making videos that I find fun and then at the same time not have to worry about a lot of the things that most Filipinos have to worry about. So, ganun. I think the general advice I would say nga is you have more control over ano ba talagang gusto mo. And if you recognize what you want, what are you willing to do to be able to get you the thing that you want? Iba-iba naman talaga goals natin. Iba rin yung pinanggagalingan, iba yung starting point, iba yung resources. But what can you do? What's the best thing that you can do with the current resources that you have and capital para to get you where you want to be? That doesn't necessarily have to mean na gusto mo yumaman and that's it. It could be I don't know, you just want to start your own business or you want to spend more time with your family. Like the many different goals. We're all just living our life and yeah, just acknowledging ano ba talagang gusto mo and what are you willing to do in order for you to get that.
Oh, okay. So to everyone who's listening, focus on what you can control. So don't dwell on things na hindi mo kayang mabago and just do what you want. So, okay, for the next question, what is the greatest lesson you learned from investing?
From investing ako ngayon, before talaga, very tempting, especially pag baguhan sa investing na, investing is gonna get me rich. Ito yung paraan na yumaman ka. And sometimes you get tunnel vision na, ito lang yung gagawin mo. Yes, magsa-stocks na ako. Yes, magta-trade ako. That's the only thing. And ako, personally, the reason why I don't trade in the first place or is I know that I'm not gonna be good at it. This is not something I want to do. Definitely, it's a skill na learnable and there are really people who are good at trading and really putting the time and effort. But recognizing I'm not that person, I think about other ways that I can, get to where I want to go. And I guess we're investing and all of the other things. One of the lessons that I did learn and I want to share also is I realized na, especially bata tayo, diba? Gusto natin mag-invest, magpasok ng pera sa crypto or any risky asset na malaki yung potential return. But I also acknowledge na the way I do things, I want to focus more on learning skills para I can increase my income earning potential. Siyempre, ano ba yung may invest mo kung maliit lang capital mo? Kahit 5,000 man yan, 50% gain, that's 2.5 lang yung kita mo. But if you have large amounts of capital, may 100,000 ka or 1 million pesos, lagay mo lang in 5%, that's already 50,000 pesos. So really, my focus then in investing and also learning about these things is recognizing na yun nga, ano ba yung priority ko? Recognizing my skills, my abilities, and reorganizing saan ba ako, ano ba yung gagawin ko with this knowledge. And for me, that's just learning how to increase my income earning potentials, but I don't have to risk as much to be able to earn a lot, so to speak. Parang ang hirap, no? But yun nga, like learning, if you have 1 million pesos and you put it in something that gives you 5%, that's immediately 50,000 pesos na yung earning mo. Pero pag 10,000 lang yan or 5,000 pesos, nilagay mo in something that earns you kahit 50% yung return, 2,500 lang yan. So maliit pa rin yun. So definitely just focusing on increasing your income earning potential, increasing your capital, para you have more, para may bala, mas malaki yung bala mo. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. So, I heard that from one of your videos, kaya I can relate to what you're saying. So next, best and worst investment.
Right. So, best investment, I guess, right now, just looking at things, crypto was definitely a good decision for me, especially when I got into crypto, when I started learning about it. It was still mga 8,000 yung Bitcoin eh. So, definitely parang, wow! It's already, what is it now? Mga 60,000, 58,000. I didn't do anything. I just put money in it. Lucky for me, I got in at the right time and really learning about it. So I would say that's the best. Pero parang risky rin eh. Hindi naman talaga siyang investment. Right now, people are recognizing it. More institutions are coming into it. But, I think it's one of the best things. Another best investment is in myself. I'm so happy that I have the skills to make my YouTube channel. I have the skills, the art skills to create the thumbnails, those mga edits kung ganun. Because now I'm able to use that for my YouTube channel. Ganun lang. I think, crypto for fun, but I'm happy that I invested in myself so many years ago in building the skills that I can now use today to earn income or just like reach a lot of people and do what I want to be able to do. Mahirap kasi na marami kang gustong gawin pero you don't have the skills to do it. So kaka-frustrate. Yeah. Worst investment? So, yung baguhan pa ako na investing, syempre try dito, try doon. And here in the Philippines, maraming mga Ponzi schemes, yung mga scams sa pag-investan mo. So stupid whenever I think about it now. Like, why would you? But at the time, I encountered this investment, not really an investment, fake lang. But then maglagay ka ng 3,000 here and then babalik sa'yo is 6,000 in 3 months. So parang, wow, that much return for that little money. Try ko nga. Ewan ko, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid to me now. Like, what? Pero yung ginawa ko yun eh. Tapos lumabas, sabi ko, ay, legit to. And magpasok ulit ako, tapos labas, pasok, labas. Eventually, syempre, nahuli siya. And then, sinarado ng SEC. Like, this is a Ponzi scheme. It's not allowed to solicit investments, those things. Syempre, I lost money from that. And it's really stupid. That's one of the things that I'm angry about. But now, at least, I'm glad I have the experience. I learned from that. But right now, it's hard because there are people who message me and comment on my videos asking about certain investments. Tapos pag tinignan ko, parang ang sketchy naman to. 100% return in how many months? Sure, guaranteed? Parang, I don't think so. Like, thinking about that, how does this certain investment make money? How is it able to give that much return to people? Yeah, I don't know. Being in the country that we're in, Philippines, syempre, maraming opportunistic, taking advantage of people who don't know a lot about investing. And a lot of people eventually lose money for it. I don't know. Those are the things that, yeah, that's one of my worst investment decisions. But even now, I recognize it's not a problem. It's still a problem.
So for my last question, what is a lesson that you would like to tell your beginner self? It may be your beginner self sa YouTube or your beginner self sa investing. It's your call.
I guess something I want to tell myself for anything naman, if whatever goals I want to reach or the things I want to do is to be consistent with anything. Kahit man sa investing, 50 pesos lang meron ka or 100 pesos, even just 500 pesos in a month, pasok mo na yung invest mo na yan. Because through consistent effort, it's eventually gonna grow bigger. Even sa long run, hindi naman one-time, big-time investment, tapos yun na yun, malaki na yan. For a student like me, not having, syempre when starting out, you don't have a lot. And what's really important is, since sabi nga nila, time value of money, the compound interest, those things you can really take advantage of if you're young. And when you're really just starting out, just consistently putting in effort and putting in money, be consistent. But even dito sa YouTube, yun nga, sabi ko, one of the things that I'm happy, I'm proud of also is being consistent with uploading at the start. Siyempre, minsan, mahirap maging motivated na mag-upload, ang dami mong ginawa sa video na to, tapos pag-upload mo, walang nanood or something like that. Sometimes it gets demotivating. But sometimes you really have to put in consistent effort with a lot of things. Sa matagal mo pa makukuha yung benefits or the rewards. It's really delayed instant gratification. Ano ba yung, you put in the effort now, and then sa future mo pa makukuha yung, I guess, benefits. You reap the benefits in the future. But yeah, begin yourself, just being consistent. And like I said a while ago, that attitude of being open to a lot of things and really learning as much as you can. Mm-hmm.
So that's it for this podcast episode. I would like to thank you, Ms. Nicole Alba, for gracing us with your presence. And I learned a lot from you, from being a person who is a lifelong learner to having this attitude and to becoming a better version of myself. So that's it. Thank you. What would you like to say to our viewers?
Yun naman. Thank you guys for watching this. Siyempre, there's a lot of things that I mentioned na parang I recognize, parang vague ng sinasabi nito. Like, definitely, mindset, tapos you consistent. But sometimes, I don't know, when people ask for advice, gusto nila, especially pag personal finance advice, no, tell me step by step, ano kailangan ko gawin para yumaman. But ako, personally, I'm also in this journey also of figuring out what will work for me in the future. I don't know everything. It's funny lang in my YouTube na people seem to think I have all the answers. But no, I'm not a finance guru or whatsoever. I'm also still learning about all of these things. And I'm still doing the effort with you guys also. We're all just doing our best effort. And yeah, I don't know. If you guys want to see my videos, ano yung pag-usapan ko, you can check out my channel, Nicole Alba, plug lang. But yun nga, yeah. Thank you.
If you want to see more of Nicole Alba, you can visit her YouTube channel. I'll link it below so that they will see your videos. And that's it. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.